Okay guys, so I'm Dr. Joe Brown. This is part 2 of the cancer diet protocol, going specifically into this page by page, okay? So I want to get started here because there's a lot of information. So part 2 of this video. So we just talked about in part 1 what foods I absolutely want you to avoid and not eat or consume of any kind, okay? Now we're going to talk about what I want you to do, all right? So let's zoom in here on this page just a little bit here. Number 1, anything you do from the grocery store, make sure you are reading labels, guys, okay? Just because something says it's hormone-free, it's wheat-free, it's sugar-free, it's all this other nonsense, make sure you are turning the package around and you are reading the ingredients, all right? So if anything is not a fresh vegetable, okay, and again, most of this protocol calls for no fruits, okay, of any kind other than tomatoes and avocados, all right? So unless it is a fresh vegetable and it comes in a package, a can, or anything else, make sure you are reading labels, guys, okay? Now, in terms of allowable foods, when you hear of Dr. Joe Brown, you hear of the German clinics, you hear of Dr. Oz or Oprah talking about anti-cancerous diets and foods, these are the foods that they're talking about here, okay? Cruciferous vegetables are huge, and you can see I've highlighted some of the stuff here, and you can kind of follow along here. Some of these things I highlighted, which tend to be much more important than much of the other things, okay? Now, bottom line is that you can have any vegetable on the face of the planet, but the things that I have highlighted and or on this page, okay, but especially the highlighted stuff, are going to be more important to you than any other vegetable that you're going to find in the grocery store, okay? In fact, let me show you a couple of bits of research. There was a study about 2 years ago that showed eating broccoli and red cabbage helped reduce the breast cancer risk by up to 72%. That is a statistic that is much greater than any chemotherapy we have on the planet right now, okay? About 7 or 8 months ago, there was a study that showed eating asparagus or consuming regular amounts of asparagus is not only one of the most alkalinizing foods that there is, but the latest studies show that consuming regular amounts of asparagus reduce lung cancer risk by about 62%, okay? Again, that is a statistic that is much greater than any kind of treatment we have from a medical standpoint. So the point that I'm trying to make is that I'm not saying that you are dealing with the breast cancer, an ovarian cancer, a lung cancer. The point I'm trying to make is that it's not just broccoli and breast cancer, it's not just asparagus and lung cancer. The point that I'm trying to make is that these foods that are on this page here, okay, are the foods that contain the most antioxidant punch to what we're trying to do here, okay? So again, make sure you are going heavy on these type of foods. And here's the key. On the foods that are on this page here, this is what I want you to remember, guys, is that when you are being told to stick to this anti-cancerous protocol, to be honest, I don't really care if you take a fork and you ever eat one bite of this on a plate, okay? If you want to do that because you're hungry and you want to have a salad and you want to steam some veggies, great. But when I'm talking about consuming these veggies, what I'm referring to is I want you to get a juicer, a non-centrifugal juicer, which we're going to talk about in 1 second here, and I want you to put all of this stuff right in the juicer, okay? So in other words, your diet should consist of alkaline water and juicing, number 1, and eating, number 2, okay? Because if you eat first, you're going to be less inclined to go to the kitchen and go make juice, all right? I've been through this protocol. I had cancer 17 years ago, which is, and again, you know, we're in 2014 right now, so I know this video is probably going to get put up here for many years, but the bottom line is that I had cancer many, many years ago, and I had to find out what diet stuff to do here, and I was kind of stumbling through life and didn't really know what I was going to do when it came to battling my cancer, okay? So the reason why I want to put this out here for you guys is because nobody is talking to you guys about this, and people are coming into my office every day and they don't know what foods they should eat, they don't know what supplements they should take, and they don't know what therapies they should do, and they are just as lost today as I was all these years ago, okay? So the bottom line is that when it comes to these vegetables, you can have any vegetable on the face of the planet, but make sure that you are sticking to what I just listed here on this page, and make sure that you are juicing this stuff. And if you choose to eat the stuff or steam the stuff or grill the stuff or bake the stuff later, that's just extra filler foods, guys. The stuff that I've listed on this page needs to go down via juicing, because anytime you apply heat or cooking or steaming or baking to anything, you are denaturing the enzymes and proteins, okay? So before we kind of get too far along this next section, because I know we kind of spent a lot of time on that, let me cover one more thing here on this particular video. If you are going to be doing salad dressings, okay, because you want to eat some salads here, I want you to stick to things like balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, or rice vinegar, but be careful with this one because this often has sugar or salt in it. You can use coconut oil or olive oil for a dressing, and as long as you are not dealing with breast cancer or ovarian cancer, you can also use what's called Bragg's liquid amino acids, okay? So again, if you're going to be doing any salads or veggies here and you want to use dressings, use these. Do not be using things like Thousand Island, ranch, and stuff that's going to have sugar, salt, preservatives into it, okay? So this is going to conclude video number 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick up right here in video number 3 with the alkaline water component of this, the potassium bicarb, the baking soda component of the diet. So again, don't forget to subscribe, and we're going to come right back to this in video number 3, okay?
Battling cancer, feeling run down, have the common cold, boost your immune system today. Take my all-natural super immune. To order this product or to see a complete list of all Dr. Brown supplements, contact me at drjoebrown.com.